Hey everyone, how's it growing? This is Miss Simon again, back for another garden lesson. So today I would really like to go over some common terms or words or phrases that we're going to be using in the garden this year. So I will take you on a little walk around the garden and point out different things that you might not know the names of, and by the end of this video you should be pretty familiar with some of these terms.
Okay, so the first term I want to go over today is garden bed. So you might think of a bed as a place that you sleep, right? Well, here in the garden, we use bed in a different way. The bed is the wood part of this structure that is holding all the plants. So it is kind of like a bed for the plants. So I'll give you a good look at it. Beds can come in different shapes and sizes. This one is a rectangle shape, and some of them can be round or square shaped, really however somebody builds a garden bed. As you might have guessed, the shovel is used for digging big holes. For example, I might want to take out some of this grass here. So I'm going to put my foot on the top of the shovel and start to push it into the ground. And then I can pull back like this, and it's going to loosen that plant. Sometimes it might take a few tries to get your shovel really deep under the roots. And now I can really easily take this grass out. The trowel is used for digging smaller holes. So for instance, if I wanted to plant a seed right here, I would dig the trowel into the dirt. And do you think I should fling this dirt over my shoulder? No, probably not. I'm going to set the dirt next to the hole, plant my seed, and then you can use it to cover up your seed. The hand rake can be used in a couple different ways. The first way is that you can use it to move small amounts of leaves or other twigs or whatever you want to move out of the way. So it can help you to clean an area like that. And the second thing it can do is to help you loosen the soil. So if you find yourself trying to dig and the soil is pretty hard, sometimes you can really dig the rake into the ground to help you loosen the soil and get it ready for planting. And this large rake can be used if you need to clear a pathway or clear a lot of stuff from your area. So you can drag it along, and it's going to help collect all of this straw. Could be leaves, could be whatever you're trying to clean up. These are called wheelbarrows, and a wheelbarrow can be used to transport large amounts of garden waste. So I have a pile of garden waste that's been sitting here for a while that's ready for me to transfer out of the garden. So what I'm going to do is fill these wheelbarrows with that garden waste and transport it.
This is a new tool that we haven't seen yet. It's called a pitchfork. And pitchforks are really great for moving large amounts of material that is kind of light. So things like this pile behind me and also compost that we're working on, this is the tool you're going to want to use. Remember that every time you get to use a tool in the garden, that you are using it wisely. So I should never see anybody swinging a tool above their head. It should really just stay by your waist. And remember to always have walking feet in the garden, especially when you're holding sharp tools. Another word I want to familiarize you with is herb. Herb is spelled with the silent H. H-E-R-B-S. That says herbs. And herbs are any plant that is used for flavoring, food, medicine, or perfumes. They often smell really strong, and they can be used for cooking or making tea. This huge herb behind the sign is catnip, which
makes cats super hyper. We also have some sage. This is lemon balm. It smells nice and lemony. And back here, we have some basil. Do you see these metal bars here? Well, this is actually what we call a trellis. A trellis is a structure that supports a plant. So the plant that's growing on this trellis is a bean. And beans are vines, and vines really like to climb things. So we put this metal structure called a trellis so that the bean has somewhere to climb and grow. Here's a bean right here, growing happily on its trellis. This garden bed might look crazy and messy to you, and you might think, this corn looks dead. Why haven't I pulled it out yet? Well, that's because it's acting as a natural trellis for the beans that are growing on it. So this plant is different than the corn plant, and it likes to climb up the corn. So I'm waiting to pull the corn until the beans have a chance to finish their growing cycle. The last thing I want to tell you about is irrigation. Now, irrigation might sound like a big, scary word, so let's all say it together on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Irrigation. Irrigation is how our plants get watered every day. So I don't come to the garden and spend hours and hours watering every plant. We actually set up these brown tubes so that water can be delivered straight to the plant every day. The water just simply drips out of this hole and waters our plants. So this is called drip tube, and it's part of our irrigation system, our system of watering the plants. This is another part of our irrigation system. This one looks a little different than our brown drip line, and that's because this is a sprinkler. So it does the same job as the drip line. It waters our plants. One important thing about our irrigation system is that we should never mess with it, because otherwise our plants won't get water. So if you see a sprinkler sticking in the dirt or drip tube also laying on the dirt, please leave them alone. Our plants need the water.
For this week's activity, I want you all to get some practice using our tools in the garden. So I'm going to set out a hand rake and trowels, and you will get a chance to use them in the garden. A few things to remember about using tools. We should always keep them pointing down and by our waist so that we don't accidentally hit our neighbor. Another thing is when you're practicing digging, to make sure we aren't digging somewhere where we can hurt some of the baby plants that are growing. So find a space where there aren't any plants nearby. You can practice digging and not flinging the dirt all over the place. And then you can also wear gloves, or you can get a little messy and you'll have time to wash your hands after. So I hope that you enjoy learning about the tools, and don't feel scared or nervous if you don't remember all the names. I'll remind you throughout the year what everything is called.